And we are live. Welcome back, everybody. It is March 7th, 2018. The market's taking a huge dip, and we're going to talk about a lot of things today. We're going to talk about a crash. So, people always complain. Hey, say, Sneh. It's not a crash. Like, why do you keep saying crash? Well, if you look at the traditional market and you say, hey, this is a 10% drop in currency or 10% drop in price, you would see people panicking. You'd see people flocking to the streets. The news would be filled with a huge drama of a 10% crash into the traditional markets. But when you say 10% in the Bitcoin and crypto markets, you're saying, hey, that's not that much. Well, to me, it's still a lot. You know, I know we're pumping in money, but to me, it's still a lot of money that is being a little bit more. It's a little bit more volatile, but it's one and the same to me. You know, as the future progresses with cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, as the market cap grows, I think we're going to see a lot less volatility, but a 10% drop is a crash nevertheless, right? Where we are seeing major dips. I mean, we saw a massive little, you know, over 10%, 11% crash in only 24 to 48 hours. So that is a crash to me. But hey, Sneh, when are we going to recover? As you know, I always think we're going to recover, but you know, I don't think we're going to recover that fast, guys. I mean, until we break that $12,000 resistance mark, I think we're going to continue to suffer a little bit here in the markets. It's still a nice little consolidation or bear trend, I would like to call it, actually, because consolidation really means between, you know, when it only fluctuates a small little bit. But here, I guess if you consider anything between 9,000 and 11,000 consolidation, then we have been hovering around that mark for quite a bit with Bitcoin. So you know, it's going to get risky, right? And it's going to get a little bit choppy the road ahead. So don't over leverage yourself. Make sure you set your stop losses. You know, time and time again, I always tell people to set their stop losses, because every time I set a stop loss, it goes way below that, and I can continuously, without even being at my computer, without even watching my markets, without watching the market, I could catch a crash, and then I could buy back a little bit lower. And that's exactly what I did. You know, the margins may not be great, and maybe the crash maybe I only caught it $200-300 from my selling point. That's okay. That's fine with me, because I'm still making that $200-300 profit every single, not profit, but $200-300 more of Bitcoin, right? So a proportional amount of Bitcoin, and that's okay to me. You know, I think that's quite all right with me. I'm fine with that. And thank you guys so much for joining me here today. It's a little bit of a choppy day today. We have a lot of people joining us today, but we have you know, the markets are very choppy, and I know this is live, so we do this content live every single day. So do me a favor and smash that like and subscribe, guys. So really do appreciate it. And let's dive straight into it. So the first topic I'd like to talk to you about today is not only Bitcoin volatility and dips and crashes and the recovery time for it. What I also want to talk about with you today is the impact of Mt.Gox on the Bitcoin space. So I actually found this on r/Bitcoin, so reddit.com/r/Bitcoin, a Japanese paper stating that 30,000 35,000 Bitcoins have been released in the last 2 to 3 months. So that's a huge, staggering number. And obviously I couldn't read Japanese, so I had to wait for traditional media to essentially translate it for me. So we have some articles by CoinDesk, and we have some articles by Trusted Nodes, and you know, this is all saying essentially the same thing, exactly what the Reddit post was talking about. I just wanted to confirm, because you know, I don't speak Japanese. We have some people that speak Mandarin and on the channel. Well, not on the channel, but in the back end of the Cryptosonic Advantage. and they're able to help translate. And we've been looking into, you know, hiring somebody or a writer that actually also knows Korean as well. But apparently Japanese is something that I needed to know as well. So so I didn't have any quick way to translate that, especially because it was an image. You couldn't even highlight the text. So I waited for traditional media, and that's the proper thing to do. You don't want to make assumptions off a Reddit post. And hopefully CoinDesk is a reputable enough source where they are saying, okay, as a result of consultation with the court, I considered it necessary and reasonable to sell a certain amount of BTC and BCC at the point and secure a certain amount of money for distribution resources. So they sold over $400 million in Bitcoin, 30,000 Bitcoin. And what do we know about Bitcoin? Especially, it's a huge curve. And you're seeing supply and demand. So you think about the supply and demand curve. If you increase supply, you decrease demand, right? So if you increase supply, you decrease demand. So when you decrease demand, what happens? When you decrease demand, let me just actually go to it. I mean, there's no point of all right, let me see some of these supply and demand curves. Perfect. Okay. Actually, that's really bad. Anything better? Aha, perfect. Let me expand this a little bit. All right. So we have a supply versus demand curve. So as you add 30,000 Bitcoin into an already volatile market, an already big bear trend, what you're doing is you're increasing supply. And when you increase supply, you actually decrease demand, right? So the equilibrium kind of changes. And when the equilibrium changes, that means your price point is going to be lower and lower and lower. And we will go through the charts. We will go through the Bitcoin charts with you guys here today. But, and that's a big effect for Mt.Gox. I mean, it's happened so long ago. You know, it seems like an eternity ago. But, sorry about that, guys. But, you know, it's still affecting us here today, you know. So let's keep going, guys. I mean, I don't want to bore you guys too much, but Mt.Gox, obviously a big reason for the ongoing onslaught in the bear trend. Even though we've hit signals multiple times saying, hey, maybe it's undervalued, maybe it's undervalued, maybe it's undervalued, but yet we're still quite a little bit you know, still we're in this bear trend, and potentially, you know, there's constantly FUD, and you have to include FUD in your analysis, right? You have to include this fear, uncertainty, and doubt in your analysis. So for me, I think that, you know, with the ongoing FUD, I still believe that Bitcoin is in a bear market. What does that mean? I don't think in my mind there's a strong reversal symbol or saying, hey, you got to buy this right now, it's going to boom, until we hit around that $12,000 mark. Well, that $12,000 mark has a lot of sell orders in it, and therefore a lot of resistance. So as there's more news coming in, I still feel that we are still in a bear market. I still think that we could go as low as 8,000 without a blink, you know, in a blink really. You know, maybe below 8,000 is going to be, you know, tough. But for me, I think 8,000 is a reasonable amount, and we're going to have trouble breaking through 12,000. But, and, you know, just like that, we'll have the equal amount of trouble breaking through 8,000 or even 8,500. So be aware of that, guys. So let's go to the charts. Let's just go straight over to TradingView. But it's surprising. All the experts on TradingView, right? All the analysts, rather. I wouldn't call them experts. I'm going to stop calling them experts because, you know, this is just our analysis, right? No one's an expert on Bitcoin unless you're Satoshi Nakamoto and you understand what's going on. So this was there was a buy on the technical analysis summary. Most of the analysts on TradingView are saying they were saying buy, but now they're saying sell with 10 in a neutral pattern. I'm not saying sell. I'm thinking that we're in a neutral pattern. I think we hover around this 8 to 12,000 until there's better news in the market, until there's you know, some real support until people start finding their footing. Because right now it's, the Bulls are not in control. Right, the Bears are in control right now, so be aware of that, guys. I mean, we've already broken through 10,000. I wouldn't be surprised if we hit 9,000 within a couple hours. Maybe not a couple hours, maybe like 6 to 12 hours. I wouldn't be surprised. But I've already had my stop losses set up. I bought back a little bit with my USD tether, and this is a little bit controversial as well. So my opinion on USD tether. I think it's okay to swing trade with USD tether. USD tether. Yeah, so it's USDT. I should just call it by the ticker, USDT. And I know there's still a lot of FUD around it, but what really changed my mind was when CZ, the CEO of Binance, said there's nothing to worry about with Tether. Should I trust him? Probably not. I mean, you shouldn't really trust anybody that, he obviously has a lot to gain, but his team apparently audited Bitfinex's servers and Bitfinex's claims on USDT, and they said it was all right. So that cleared my woes a little bit, but for me, I still think I already have stop losses set up in GDAX, massive stop losses set up in GDAX. For worst case scenario, like boom, like United States sold Bitcoin. I still have a certain amount of, most of it is in cold storage, I'll tell you the truth, but my emergency fund is already on stop loss on GDAX. I think everyone should have almost a kill switch, where if shit hits the fan, your stop losses trigger, you're good to go. You have a little bit of money left over, but it's a volatile market. I believe in blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies. Without a doubt, I'm a big philosophical holder, and I won't be selling all my Bitcoins, but at the end of the day, you need to take care of yourself, right? You need to make sure that you're not over leveraging yourself on anything. And sorry about that, guys. Phone's on loud, and that's my ringtone. But anyways, you want to make sure that you're not over leveraging yourself. Specifically, if you're a full-time trader, if things hit the fan, if Bitcoin shits the bed, it's going to take everything down with us. You know that. I mean, if you're a full-time trader, you already know that if Bitcoin fails, everything else is going to start falling as well. And you need to set up a nice little emergency fund, or even just a holdout fund if you do believe that it's going to recover, and so get your priorities straight. Because right now, what we're seeing is a lot of FUD and not that much. And a lot of sell volume, to tell you the truth, just a lot of sell volume, and not enough buyers. The Bears, the Bulls still don't think that it's cheap enough to pick up right now. Obviously, we're seeing this time and time again. We're seeing that decrease in price here on Bitcoin, and I'm actually going to go to Bitcoin Coinbase, because that's where I do most of my trading, is on GDAX. So if you're using Bitfinex, you should use Bitfinex. I like to use GDAX because it is a little bit more regulated and a little bit more temperamental, right? Where things happen in GDAX a little bit faster than they do in Bitfinex. Bitfinex has these crazy swings, and I don't really like those crazy swings because they don't really impact the rest of the market. So that's why I use Coinbase. So I am reading your guys' comments. I will be answering some questions for you guys here today, and we'll just be discussing the market. It's always good to get some of your guys' insight as well. We have a relatively small community here, but we're loyal here, and I see the same faces over and over and over again. So thank you so much for everybody who has been joining me here today. The markets are weak, but that's where we're here together, right? Back in 2013, there wasn't a real legitimate community, just to talk things through with, like opinions, bouncing off ideas. And, that's when we kind of started Cryptosomniac and stuff. I mean, we just started building community. There's a lot of early people, a lot of these big Twitter guys. We were private messaging with them, years ago in 2015, right? 2013, 2015, 14. Right, so that was years ago, and that's when the market, there was barely anybody to talk to this about. If Bitcoin crashed, who are you going to talk to, honestly? But yeah, it was just like, you could barely talk to anybody because it was such a small community. You could go on Reddit and stuff, but it doesn't feel quite as personal, right? You just random people posting on Reddit, you know, time and time again. But having a private discussion like we've created in the Moon Lounge has been really beneficial for me as a trader. Pretty great stuff. Definitely good to bounce ideas, and you can't accumulate all the information by yourself. It's just been possible. So let's continue going through the markets here. So Bitcoin, obviously that hourly does not look great. RSI tremendously low. Let's go to the 4 hour. I don't want to look too short term. The 4 hour, that is very, very, very low. I mean, look at that, guys. That's a heck of a dip on the RSI. Stochastic RSI also dipping. We could see a reversal relatively soon, but right now we're continuously going to dip, and this reversal is going to happen, I think, within 6 to 12 hours. This has happened time and time again, where, you know, there's a certain point where the bulls come kick back in, and you won't have time to catch it. You know, so it could jump from, it could go all the way down to 9,000, and then it could jump to 9,700, 9,800 within an hour, right? And so this is an extremely volatile market. So it is interesting to see here. So for me, the hourly also looks pretty bad. You know, if I was to consider, like, if I was to consider this, I'd even go even closer, catch that bottom. So we're continuing to head down. There's no doubt about it. I mean, I think we may even hit 9,500 before the market decides what it wants to do again. And that's when you go into that 15 to 20 minute mark. And if you really are wanting to watch the markets, and you can make some really nice swing trades here. You know, for example, it may go down to 9,500 and then jump right back down to 9,600, and you could secure a $100 profit, or if you're margin trading, even more than that. So that's a really nice thing to watch. You know, I do dabble in the 5 to 15 minute marks to find that nice bottom before for my technical analysis when I do want to swing trade. I've been swing trading less and less as of late. I've been more of an investor looking at new projects, because for some reason, you know, I feel that I could get a better return on those. But swing trading is stressful, and I feel like I'm good enough where I could guarantee a small return at the end of the day. Obviously not as much as, you know, it gives me a little bit of a peace of mind where I could just throw money at something and just let it grow naturally, slowly over 6 months, you know, almost like a plant, right? Where it's just like you're waiting for it to grow and say, hey, thank you for growing, Mr. Plant, you know. And that's why I kind of treat my long-term investments. So I haven't been day trading as much, but for me, I think just looking at this lower quadrant here, 9,400, it was the last time we hit that low. And so there has been a lot of nice pressure here building since late February, early March. And, you know, we've obviously broken through all those supports. Well, all this FUD in some sort, right? So I think 9,400 is probably going to be a decent amount of resistance. We could confirm that by going to GDAX and looking at the orders, right? So let's go confirm that. So on that little competition yesterday, if I was to make a random cryptocurrency, just a random ERC20 token, just based on me, and it would have my face on it, I think Sneblio won for me. Sneblio or Bot Connect. I think those have won for me. So thank you guys for participating in my mock little trial. And look at that, guys. I didn't even have to really tell you much. I knew this psychological level was going to have a tremendous amount of resistance. So we're looking at 9,600, which is a little bit more than the rest of the 10s. So 9,000. So we see that whole number psychology, and we're seeing 9,500 as a significant amount of resistance, right? So we could confirm that by even going to the depth charts. So again, yeah, 9,500, a little bit of a wall here, right? A little bit of a wall here on 9,500. Where is that? Oh, it's all the way here. Okay, wow. So yeah, it is a nice little bit of a wall. So you can see that, you know, we do have resistance building up there. And guys, feel free to ask any questions now. We'll go into the Q&A section, and I'm going to go through Ethereum next. I know there's a lot of questions about Ethereum as well. Did you catch the Garlinghouse interview? So that was interesting, actually. I did watch that interview. It was sad that they didn't really talk about much other than, you know, they touched in a little bit here and there. And then I've seen Tim Draper speak quite a few times, and he is a Bitcoin bull, right? I would classify him as bullish, optimistic, bullish, right? Very optimistic, very bullish. He thinks the price could skyrocket anytime. But for me, I don't have, I'm not a billionaire, like Tim Draper, right? I don't have that much money. So for me, it's more important for me to watch the markets than him per se, because he could weather through the storm a little bit. I guarantee you he does not have as much asset. I mean, he doesn't have that big of a percentage as, my portfolio is. He probably has more. He definitely has more, but his percentage is probably not as big. So for me, it's a little bit more important. I'm sure he only has like 10% of his total portfolio into cryptocurrencies, right? He's a smart guy. He knows not to over leverage himself, especially being that wealthy. He knows that there's a decent amount of risk here. But for us, for people who have 30, 40, 50% of their total portfolios into the cryptocurrency market, it's a little bit more important for us to start monitoring these charts and trades, right? All right. So let's go on to Ether. I really do appreciate all you guys being here, sticking with me here. I know it's hard to swallow a lot of this movement right now, but I think times are going to get a little bit brighter. I mean, look at this, guys. Just I don't even have to try anymore. My signals are hitting. Like, look at this, guys. I have orders. I've been setting updated orders, and look at this. Hold on, let me delete this. I said accumulate under this green mark. We knew that this green mark was a strong amount of support going back all the way till June, really. And we knew that this was the long-term trend line, this green line. And what happened is that we are hitting off this mark right now. And if you're buying in terms of USD, you better believe that this is a decent time to start laddering in your orders for USD prices. This is just a no-brainer to me. We saw the breakdown. Caught the breakdown here, and it automatically just jumped here. And we're going to see some heavy resistance now coming out of Ethereum. You better believe it. Or if we do see a little breakdown, I know we'll break right back down to that green line. That green line has been tested time and time again. We know that we were a little bit overbought anyways, and overbought a little bit, and it's been tumbling down a little bit, and that this was expected. This was really, really expected. So we bought back here, guys. We bought back in October. We spotted that bull flag. We knew that it was coming, and we've been huge Ether bulls for a long time now. Actually, so much so that Ethereum I no longer consider an altcoin. I think it's an integral part of the cryptocurrency market. So yeah, anyways, if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm seeing some over here from Twitter and YouTube, so let me know. You got it, Sneh. It's the name of the game. Yeah, absolutely. So just when other people are optimistically bullish, you've set your stop losses and you're accumulating on these dips. So for example, I had a small stop loss at 10,000. Now I could go back in and buy at 9,700. And what does that allow me to do? I could accumulate more Bitcoin now. So when it does go back to 10,000, I have $300 more Bitcoin. Right? So I have $300 more. And when you start accumulating that, when you play the long game instead of just focusing on long-term investments, and you're playing and you're monitoring the market, if you have time to monitor the market, it's not for everybody. It's stressful. Before I really started getting my trading mentality right, I used to constantly refresh Blockfolio. I used to get stressed out. I used to be in a bad mood when the markets were down. I'm like, shit, I'm going to lose all this money. But now that I've gained a lot of experience over these years, especially in these cryptocurrency markets, that's what we're really trying to pass on is, be happy with your investments. Stop stressing, because if you stress, you're going to make bad trades. And so, for example, now the markets are down. Everyone's psychology is kind of messed up. Everything is, pretty pessimistic. Oh man, like I got to go to work. The markets are down. You know, this was my retirement fund. What am I going to do? You start hypothesizing all these things. Like, do I have to go back to work? Do I have to get another job? What am I going to do if all this money goes to shit? X, Y, Z. If you keep worrying about that and you're not prepared, then what's the point of being worried about it? Us on this channel, what we're doing is we're preparing ourselves. I have that kill switch where on GDAX, where I have enough money to survive, right? I have enough money to essentially be okay for the foreseeable, short-term future, right? I'm not relying on this for anything, right? Where I have these, I have cryptocurrency market is a vast majority of my portfolio. Don't get me wrong, but cryptocurrencies in general. But I have set the stop losses up in such a way where, I don't have to be constantly worried, right? And yeah, I mean, man, I remember this used to be me. Like, yeah, what's Blockfolio? Like, I used to wake up in the middle of the night and like just to get some water, and I would just be up randomly for 45 minutes in the middle of the night just looking at the charts. So that has been me, and that's where CryptoSomniacs really comes from, where I still do look at the markets, but now when I look at the markets, like I refresh CoinMarketCap or CryptoSomniac.com. I just refresh on my own website, really. I look at the charts. I look at the prices. I go right back to sleep. It doesn't really bother me anymore. I know I have those stop losses set up. I know they'll trigger when the time is right and when I've set it up. And I've said trailing stop losses. So, some at 6,000, some at 7,000, some at 8,000. I had some at 10,000. And now I'm going to buy back even cheaper. And this is how you do it, guys. This is exactly how you do it. And looking at Ethereum, this is looking like a really decent time. So most of my stop losses are set on Bitcoin. But I have some stop losses set on Ethereum. I actually didn't quite catch this little dip here. If I would have caught that dip and I just would have set a stop loss at psychological levels such as 800, I would have easily bought back by now. I would have started to buy back from that money that I have made. So honestly, it's you miss some of these opportunities, but that's when I get really confused about people, because they're like, I missed an opportunity. Neo jumped up 10,000%. I'm going to FOMO in right now. Guys, come on. When you miss an opportunity, there's always another one down the corner or around the corner. Sorry, down the corner makes no sense. So if you miss an opportunity, there's always another one. Don't stress out. Don't freak out. There's more opportunities to come. You miss one of those 40x ICOs. Who cares? There's another one coming around the corner. Just do your research and do it. There's no time. If you want to constantly regret here, if you're going to constantly regret, this market's not going to be healthy for you. This market is not going to be healthy for you. All right. Thanks for all the love, guys. Smash that thumbs up and subscribe. And we're going to go over to ETH BTC, and then we'll answer some other. So Christian Cardina says, what about OMG? So we'll go over OMG after. So we have the breakout to break down, and I think we're going to continue traveling on this channel. And I drew this support line here, and where did I draw that? I draw it all the way down at 0.0663. So in terms of BTC, it's looking fantastic. It's looking fantastic. I probably wouldn't buy with BTC though. I'm gonna hold on to my BTC. I may purchase a little with USDT, because I feel like now is a good price point to get in. But yeah, Ethereum looks really, really oversold. I never thought that we'd get down to 800. I mean, that's incredible. I can't believe we got to 800. But we'll see. We'll absolutely see how everything's going to do. EOS is going to crush it tomorrow. Why is EOS going to crush it tomorrow? And actually, I've been wanting to look at EOS for a while now. But first, we're gonna go through OMG. Sneos, I like that. Sneos, I like that a lot. That could be my new coin. Maybe I should have a $1 billion token supply. So I went through GVT yesterday, guys. And no surprise here, GVT is the only thing that's up in my portfolio, essentially. Yeah, it's rough. It's a rough life. Guys, look at this. This does not change at all. This does not change at all. Look at this. Wow, OMG is very, very sold right now. Very, very oversold. And we may be coming through a cyclical movement here. Wow, OMG, this is looking like a really nice opportunity to buy some OMG. I have said this before, and I said buy under 0.014, and this remains true. And did my order hit? I'm going to have to go check on Bittrex, but... Wait 1 second, let me read that. It looks like my order probably hit. Wow, my order hit right under 0.0014. So awesome stuff. This is what we do here. We provide Q prices when they are necessary, and I think it can jump right back down below 0.014. But even now is not too bad of a time. I mean, let's look at that hourly. Oh, it's going. I think it might consolidate, so maybe you can get a better price point. But for me, I laddered in a small amount of BTC into OMG, and I am profitable now. So I could sell back, and now I could accumulate more Bitcoin. For me, the name of the game is to accumulate more Bitcoin, right? All right. So now we have EOS. We have some questions on EOS. So let's go check out EOS. Make sure you register your EOS, guys. Don't want to be have unregistered EOS. I think some exchanges are supporting it, so if you wanted to move it onto exchanges, that's what I did with QTUM. So when you had to register your QTUM, you had to do the token swap, right? So I know some exchanges will be doing that, but not this. Not if you own it in your own ERC20 market. Do you think Ethos could be a Coinbase killer? No, I don't think Ethos could be anything, really. I'm not very bullish on Ethos. All right. Let's look at this 4 hour for EOS. Wow. So we're going right back to support levels, guys. EOS going back to the support levels. Maybe we'll see a nice little turnaround soon. But let's look at that daily, actually. Let's move it out to the daily. Hey, it's looking like it could consolidate further and further, and we could see a reversal very soon. The 100-day moving average we did just cross, so that's obviously good. We are underwater. I think we will become above water very soon. Start accumulating some more of this EOS, honestly. Where's that EOS? So I accumulated a little. I'm actually down on it. I think I have the chart saved. So here it is. Yeah, I did buy a little bit high, but I just bought a little bit. And looking at that daily average, it's looking like it's about to hit my support levels in my buy zone, really. Look at that, guys. I have that zone here already in red here. So I think we can go down and hit that support and maybe get a decent price right under this red line probably. So right around that 0.0006 mark is probably a better time to buy. So I bought a little bit high. Obviously, I bought it around 0.0008. So I'm already 20% down, 25% down on that trade. But I only accumulated a little, so there was not too much to worry about. I'm still really bullish on this. So let's go check out some more of your guys' questions. So we have some questions on GVT. I'll go over GVT very briefly, guys. Very, very briefly. And we do have, for anyone who is in the Moon Lounge, we have that private call tomorrow at 8 p.m. Pacific. So we have that private call, and it's going to be a good time. So we'll be going over more specific strategies on portfolio management and how to deal with these crashes and how to set your stop losses more properly. you know, and the kill switch is something relatively new that I've implemented. You know, only since December did I have it, and you know, I realized that, you know, this is probably good advice to get it right. All right, hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. I am not getting your guys' comments, huh? All right, sorry about that, guys. Okay, so GVT. So let's go look at GVT. So Genesis Vision, I still think we are we're great right now on Genesis Vision. I think it's pretty good. I think we are going to continue to stay on this upward trend. But for me, I'm not going to buy any right now. I don't think it's smart to buy any right now. It's just so, even in a bear market, it's being pushed up like this. That scares the hell out of me. So yes, I may take some profits. I may set that trailing stop losses like I've described. You know, and I will probably do that shortly after the stream. It's just a smart idea, guys. I mean, I want to lock this in. You know, I've had a 4x since 3x rather, since around, you know, 2 months. So I'm happy. I want to lock some of these profits in. I'm not going to ride this wave down, right? I'm still very bullish. I'm only going to be selling like 30-40% of my total GVT, but I'm still going to take profits if it starts climbing down. I'm going to take profits. You know, I don't trust anything right now. Even though GVT has that alpha release April 1st, I think we're still good. I still think we're still good. I'm not too worried. But I want to make sure I'm securing profits here. Absolutely. All right, Nano. Let's look at Nano. Now XRB. Now Nano used to be Ray Block, so it used to be XRB. Nano is it's one of those, you know, new kids on the block that could potentially do very, very well. I mean, this is so incredibly new that, you know, we don't even have that much data on it. So could this really explode? Absolutely. I mean, on the 4 hour, like we're consistently dropping. We may even drop a little bit further on this 4 hour, and but I think reversal is imminent. So if we look at this 2 hour, we are consolidating right now. So we're going through that little consolidated phase here. We could be forming a little bit of a let's actually draw this out. We could be forming a little bit of a falling wedge. Doesn't that look like a falling wedge, guys? Once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, and this is going back a couple of days, so not too big of a confirmation for that falling wedge, but a falling wedge nevertheless. And we could see a nice little a squiggle boom coming out. So maybe we'll consolidate a little bit and maybe drop a little bit further down and form a pennant, and we could possibly see a reversal coming through Nano. And you know, it's awesome technology, free transactions. There's lots of rumors going on with Coinbase. This is great stuff. Excuse me. How do you register EOS? There's a bunch of registration YouTube videos out there. You can go check it out. And if you're still having trouble, let me know in the comments below. And guys, share this on Facebook. Retweet us on Twitter. Yesterday's video on Twitter. And share this today as well. Both these videos, really, might as well. And you'll be eligible to win some free cryptocurrency. Or if you left a YouTube comment from yesterday's video, my top 3 yesterday of March, that I think that we could continuously, I think, you know, A, it'll help grow the channel, and B, you know, you could win some free cryptocurrency. And there's not many people that comment. So, for example, Facebook, usually it's like 1 out of 3 people win if Facebook is selected. So thanks again. Go ahead and do that, guys, and we'll pick a winner relatively soon. Maybe like 5-10 minutes. So here's another one. Is this the flippening? No, it is. This is not the flippening. So Sneh, is there any way to set a stop loss but not triggered when the price has a flash drop, i.e. it drops very low for a second or two? So if there's no orders, if there's no sell orders, that low and that flash order, and there's more buyers than sellers, it'll come pumping right back up for a flash crash. But as far as I know, there is no way. There are some algorithms. There are some algorithms out there, absolutely, that will do that. So, for example, if it's lower for more than an hour, then 0.004, then sell. Right? There are some bots and there are some triggers that you can do that, but not with your traditional exchanges. That's a very good idea, though. People should start doing that. All right. So let's keep going through the markets here, guys. Let's just... Oh my Lord. You know what this calls for, right? Let me see. Mt.Gox, so don't be alarmed. It's essentially the same. We pull and aggregate all the cool websites in here, so check it out. So sad. Look at this. We have a tethered green day. So, wow. So nothing is positive today. Nothing has outperformed Bitcoin. It's just a bad day today. I mean, we're seeing a little tad bit of green here. Obviously iExec killing it. It's fantastic stuff coming out of iExec. Not that big of a drop on Genesis Vision, so I'm happy about that. My next coin, $200,000 of volume. I'm not buying my next coin. I'm not even touching it. A-Chain. A-Chain is hold on, guys. Let me disable notifications. All right. XP. Okay. XP, another one of those coins I am not just touching at all. Viacoin. Viacoin, well, that's the whole Binance thing, right? So Binance today had an API error, and a lot of people's funds were essentially they were attempted to be withdrawn, right? But apparently there wasn't too much damage, so we're good to go here. Feathercoin, yeah, I'm not touching that one either. So yeah, the entire market's red. The entire market's red. All right. All right. Oh, it was that loud? That's too loud. My bad, guys. I just read these comments. My ears. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, that was probably annoying then, huh? If it was that loud. My bad, guys. All right. Well, apologies for that. How do you determine what levels to set stop losses? So you can set levels of stop losses on your Fibonacci retracements, your moving average crosses, your MACD indicators, your RSI indicator, and your order books. So all of these will give you, if you have a lot of indicators that are pointing towards a heavy level of support, you could actually set your stop loss there. And if it breaks through support, or a little bit before support, and then if it breaks through the support, you've obviously already cashed out, so it's good. GVT is exploding. Is that correct? Let's see. Yeah, it keeps going up, huh? Keeps going up. But anyways, let's go pick out a free winner, guys. Random number generator. 1 for Facebook, 2 for Twitter, 3 for YouTube. Twitter it is. So we're going to go to twitter.com/CryptoSomnic. And if you retweeted yesterday's video, you will be eligible to win some free cryptocurrency. Oh, it's this one. All right, so we have... Good Lord. Let me log in here. Sorry about the delay. And isn't this painting cool, guys? I mean, we just we just got this commissioned. That's what I was trying to say. And it came all the way from Vietnam. One of Sam's friends, and I thought it was really, really cool. And we just saw the first little version of it. I think it's completed, actually. It's fiat burning. We got Bitcoin and a dragon hoarding it like Smog. I thought it was cool. So I shared that with you guys. So let me, whoops. How do I do this? Twitter is so confusing. Aha. Oh, Lord. Okay. Sweet. Nice freezing computer. Come on. All right. Oh, come on. I just want to click on this. Not ANS investing. All right. Cool. All right. So 1 through 25. So it only shows up the first random 25 people. So, yeah, it's just a random thing that Twitter does. So I can't really control that. So let me go through 1 through 25. Okay. 1 through 25. And let me hit generate. 9. So we have number 9 winning. Congratulations to number 9. You just won some free cryptocurrency. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Scott S. Congratulations. You just won some free cryptocurrency. Send us your ERC20 address. There you go. And now we're going to pay him. So awesome. Can you start one stream with Good Morning Vietnam? I guess if there's any Vietnamese Bitcoin news, I'll start that. Okay, guys. Red coin at night, Snether delight, red sky at morning, Shrekly take warning. Wow, that is a poem if I've ever heard one. That is very good. Red coin at night, Snether's delight, red sky at morning, Shrekly take warning. Martin Shrekly. Okay. Well, this is interesting. All right. Well, thank you guys. So, yeah, ATM Smasher. So, Twitter just takes random 25. They're not being blocked, right? The accounts aren't being blocked, but they just take a 25 one, right? Just 25. Get real Sneh coin. Cool. All right. Anyways, guys, let's go over 1 or 2 more questions, and then we'll call it a day. So we have some questions on Litecoin. So let me go here. So Litecoin taking a hit here, guys. Taking a pretty nice hit here. Wow, look at that 30-minute. That 30-minute looks atrocious. Even the 4-hour looks pretty atrocious. I mean, we hit that high, and now we're all the way back to our low. That's incredible. Hold on. I should have a chart up from previous charts. There it is. So look at that, guys. We've already drawn this out, so we don't have to analyze this too much. We have our support line pick up around 0.017. I still think that applies. We have that light pay boom. We have that double top, and then we have that crumbling down. So I think that if you could pick up under 0.0017 or at least around 0.017, it will be a good time for you. I think we're going. Look at this, guys. we're just seeing that steady support, upward trending support, and I think we could actually break out from here. Maybe we'll. So it's actually looking like we're headed up here for Litecoin, which is peculiar, but I'm not probably going to buy. I wouldn't buy this high. I'm gonna wait till it's lower. Yeah, Litecoin continuing to drop here. I would wait for it to drop lower. I think we could get a better price. I think we could at least jump down to 160, 170. But yeah, can you please chart Tron? Let's go check out Tron. Wow. Oh Lord, that is bad. That is really bad. I picked up at under 400, and now it's under 400 again. So that's very, very unfortunate. We have seen Tronex really suffering here. Let's look at that in the 4-hour. Continuing to drop. Our RSI isn't even that low to consider a reversal. Wow. I may just hold on to this. This may be a bag for me. I didn't expect Tron to drop this low, this fast. We're already at 387. This could be a decent time to pick up, but I've already bought under 410. So I bought under 400 actually. So we'll see what could really happens, but it's going to be a rocky road from here. LTC, the initial Bcash, nah. So LTC is obviously a fork of Bitcoin, but I don't think there's too much to worry about, right? I don't think there's too much to worry about with Litecoin. I think its progress is miles ahead of Bitcoin, right? All right, guys. And any more questions here today? Neo. So let's go check out Neo, and then we'll round out the stream. Guys, go ahead and follow us on Twitter and Facebook /CryptoSomniac and Twitter.com/CryptoSomniac. And you can follow me on my personal Twitter. I always have some fun things to say as well. So it's at CryptoBot. And guys, we just got our first technical analysis lead. All he does is technical analysis inside the Moon Lounge. If you know what the Moon Lounge is, we send out reports, and it's a community place. We have a 14-day free trial. It is on the page. It's on the CryptoSomniac.com/products page, or you go to CryptoSomniac.com/advantage, and you would find out more there. So here it is, guys. Just my Twitter page as well. So if you guys want to throw me a follow, I always answer questions here. I feel like I'm on Twitter anyways, learning and absorbing new information. So I respond a little bit faster here. Or, of course, if you are inside the Moon Lounge, you will be able to contact me there. And, guys, we do have a private call for the Moon Lounge. That is starting 8 p.m. tomorrow, 8 p.m. Thursday. So come join us if you're already part of the Advantage or the Moon Lounge, and it'll be a good time. And we're just going to go over in-depth more strategies and a little bit more of these speculative cryptocurrency picks. I know people love the speculative cryptocurrency picks, so we're going to give it to you. All right, guys. Thanks. Oh wait, I forgot. Let's go over Neo, and then we'll call it a day. I don't wanna say something and do another. Let's do BTC Neo. So wow, Neo taking a hit. That's a nice little drop here. 0.013 all the way down to 0.01. Wow, and look at this. This is a really nice psychological support. Really, really nice psychological support. Will it break down below 0.01? I really hope not. I don't think so. I'm not going to be selling any Neo. I'm accumulating gas, so I'm fine here. So, yeah, this is tricky. This is tricky. Could you pick up some right now? Yes, you could absolutely ladder in 25% of your initial cost, initial order, and you could ladder in here. I wouldn't say it's bad advice. This is a dip, and you want to buy at the dip. We don't know if we're going to come out of this dip, but no one really knows that. Everyone can speculate. But for me, this is an awesome time to start accumulating more Neo. 0.01, that's a very nice level to get in at. So yeah, maybe Neo. It has a use case. It's a little bit overpriced. it's a lot of it overpriced, really. Well, do I see it correcting underneath the 0.01? We're already there, so I wouldn't be surprised, but I really hope not, guys. I really, really hope not. So yeah, that's it for me, guys. Thanks for watching the stream. Hope you guys learned something. Follow us on all the social medias and follow my Twitter if you guys want. We have one-on-one appointments with Sam, I, and Amal, which is our technical analysis lead. And of course, we have the awesome community discussion place where we talk 24/7 about ICOs, about different cryptocurrencies, different strategies, different entry points into getting into the market, and that's what we do. So thank you guys so much. So check out that Advantage. It's a 14-day free trial, and if you decide to upgrade or stay under the Advantage, you can view all of our past reports, and you'll be eligible to get a really nice Into the Moon Lounge. Really, not eligible. As soon as you upgrade, you'll be absolutely able to register for the Moon Lounge, which is that private discussion group we have. So we are already we're at 425 last time I checked. So go check that out. And we have a team of 9 people. So we're at 425 people. We're capping it at 500 people, just because we want to make sure we have staffing issues correctly. I'll probably stay capped for 2 or 3 months. So if you want to get in, jump into the Advantage. It's a great program, and take it easy, guys. TNC interview tomorrow. That's still being worked out. It was supposed to be tonight, but I think there's some scheduling conflicts with them, so it's still being worked out. So I really do appreciate it, guys. Thanks again. Snehbot out. Sneh Toshi out. Daddy Sneh out. Peace out, guys.